Yo, yo, everyone. Welcome back to part two for the intro to the online trading card game Shadow Era. So today, what I said I was going to do is I'm going to focus on the merchant for you guys. So remember, I left you with the opening up all those free packs, and I decided to do all the boring stuff on my own. So what I did is I went ahead, came to the merchant, and I went to sell cards. Okay, so you see when you first come in here, you're going to see a blank screen. You're going to wonder where the hell are all those cards I just got. But what you got to do first is you have to go and hit filters. You have to unclick the hide unsellable because what the game is doing is it's protecting you from selling off your few copies of a card that you have. You know, it doesn't want you to accidentally sell off, like you only have one copy of this hero. It doesn't want you to sell that off. So it keeps those out of the available options to sell unless you have more than four. Okay, so everything that I have, I obviously don't have more than four of. So what I did is I came in here and I sold off a ton of cards until I got to 10,000 gold. And it seems like I didn't really need that much, but I did it just in case. I ended up with 2,205 gold remaining. So all you got to do, all you want to do is go in here and the only thing that I would say not to do is if you, when you're selling off the cards, just don't sell anything off that has this axe symbol here because that means it's a warrior card and you don't know since you're new whether or not you'd be able to use it or not, okay? But the deck that I created, I will actually have a listing of each card in the deck and in the description. This way you can search it by name and just to be sure you're not selling it, and then you can go in and, like I said, search it to purchase it. So all you got to do is come in here, click on a card like this guy here. See, this guy has no axe, so we know he's not a warrior card that we're probably going to need. So we'll go ahead and we'll sell him, right? Easy. And then what I want you to notice too is that I actually happened to get a foil card for him. And so you saw when I sold the one that wasn't foil, it was only 100 gold. This one, when you sell a foil, it's actually twice the price. So I get 200 gold. And I'm not going to ever use this guy, so I said, what the hell? I'll sell it. And this, like I said, man, this is my favorite artwork. I'm not going to sell it. I love that card. But if you remember, I did have the Dark Riding Hood that I pulled. I sold that damn card because I was able to get, I think, 2,600 gold for that. So I'm like, I'm not keeping that thing. I'm selling it. And let me see. So, I mean, I could sell. This has a warrior symbol here, but this armor is not something that you would really ever use in Amber or any warrior for the most part. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to sell this, even though it's a fancy foil. Because you know what, to be honest, at this point in the game, you're not really worried about getting foils. You're worried about getting cards, period. I mean, you can win foils by placing on the ladder for competitive play. So when you play rated matches and you gain more and more score, if you end up in the top 250, you're going to get free packs. Okay, and so let me see. So let's go ahead and I will head back. I'll hit the back button because I want to go ahead and buy cards. And so what I want to show you, see everything pops up here. So you're going to have a ton of cards. You can go into the filters and you can divide it by sets that you want. But really that's only for more experienced players because you know what you're looking for. Okay. But what I would say easier for you to do is when you see the list of cards that it gives you, come in here and just type in a piece of the name. Like we'll go Aldon, right? Search. You see that? Aldon the Brave comes up. And so you'd want to buy to get up to three of these. You start off with one. I bought two. And so now I'm at three. Okay. And so I just want to show you again how the search works. Pretend you don't know the full name of the card, but you know kind of what it had in it. So you just type three letters and you go, oh yeah, that's what I was looking for. Predator, woven predator. You see, I only typed in three letters that were in the name and it popped right up. So it's a great tool to search for the cards just in case you're not sure of the entire name, but you remember at least a fragment of it. Okay, so I'm going to clear that. I'm going to get out of here. You don't need any more explanation on that. Let's see. And so we saw the booster packs already. Card sleeves. So you come in here, all the card sleeves are purchasable by in-game currency shadow crystals. I'll explain that to you in just a second. You also have play mats as well that are purchasable with in-game currency shadow crystals, okay? And so for shadow crystals, what you could do is you could just click right here on that little shadow crystal icon and you can purchase up to 2,000 for 20 bucks and you get a 700 bonus. However, what I will tell you to do is instead of doing that, go into the bundle offers. The bundle offers, every month you get an exclusive bundle. And this month you get for 20 bucks, 2,700 shadow crystals. So the same value as spending $20 already. Okay. But then you also get a free card sleeve and you get a free playmat. All right, and you get two pick a card to make foil. So if you purchase this, you would get the option to make two cards in your collection foil. Maybe you start with your hero, right? So you make your hero a foil card, and then I don't know, maybe one of your weapons or one of your other allies, or maybe another hero that you have, just to get started with making all your heroes foil, right? Don't save it. I don't think it lasts with when the next month comes around, and I'm not too sure. So just it's better to use it as soon as you get it. You'll get a message in your mail, and it'll tell you exactly how to redeem it. Okay, so I would say start off with just foiling the heroes that you have, because that's pretty cool to have when you open up the screen for starting a new deck and it's all foils. So let's go ahead. We will cancel this because I'm not going to buy anything here. You could also get this too, the Warrior Bundle. It gives you 3 free booster packs from each set. You get a card sleeve and you get 2 foil cards. So if you wanted to, that'd be a good thing to do. It's only another $5, and I think it's a great value. And if anything, it gives you a ton of cards to sell off that you're not going to need. But sticking with this, all you have to do, if this is the only purchase you make, you're going to be set for a long time. Okay, because that's a lot of shadow crystals, and a $20 investment in Shadow Era will get you a lot of mileage. Okay, and not like other games where you can end up spending hundreds and hundreds of dollars. I mean, you could do that here if you wanted to. You just want to keep throwing your money in there to keep getting the monthly bundles every month. Great. It helps out the game, and it'll expedite your process in the game, and before you know it, you'll have every card you need. But oh yeah, that's the other thing. Every card that you need is available in the merchant. So check it out. Even legendary cards like watch, I'll do Carl. Carl. Uh, so Carl Strad is a legendary card, and you can purchase him for gold. So there's not like some insane amount of requirements you have to meet to to find even the most uh, extreme rarity of cards like legendary. Okay, so all you have to do is go get enough gold, go into the merchant, search it by name, you got it. And if you ever were curious about all the cards available, there is actually a card list on shadowera.com. So when you go to the website, on the upper left-hand margin, you'll see a bunch of options. One of them is card list. You click that and you can see every card available, and just in case you're searching for one and you're not able to find it on your own. So let's see, I think I've pretty much covered everything. Bundle offers, man, get that monthly bundle if you can. You get a free card sleeve, free playmat, and like I said, you get a ton of mileage out of $20 in Shadow Era. Oh, that's right. Pre-constructed decks. I will tell you one thing a ton of players like to do if they buy Shadow Crystals and they're looking to expand their collection, buy this deck right here and sell it off piece by piece. It nets you the most gold out of any of the pre-constructed decks. Maybe you're not going to use any of these cards to play. You're just looking to purchase cards that you don't have yet in your collection. From Final Word, I think the total was somewhere around 7,000 gold. So that gets you enough to purchase maybe, so you get one of those, you can almost finish up another complete deck. So let's go ahead, we'll get out of this for now. And I'm going to go ahead and show you the deck that I was able to make. And so I was actually able to put together a pretty decent deck, I think. And the only way to know for sure, let's go test it out. I was going to do campaign, but I don't like to do the campaign for the first levels because it gives you a starting card that does not allow you to accumulate shadow energy, making it moot for me because I can't show you exactly how to play the game. So let's see who goes first here. If I go first, I won't gain any shadow energy. Let me see. So I'm going first. Okay, all right. And let me see. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to sacrifice this card. So at the start of each of your turns, you have to sacrifice a card from your hand into your resources pile in order to gain, in this game, what you would consider mana. Okay, so this game is not like others where you just gain mana at the start of each of your turns. If you want more mana or resources, you have to get rid of a card from your hand. Be careful with that because for the most part, anything that you sacrifice away, you're not getting back. So you have to plan carefully and accordingly. Okay, so waiting for my opponent to end his turn. There we go. And so at the start of each of your turns, you see everything is red. That means you're in the sacrifice phase. So see, I go ahead and sacrifice a card. I'm not able to play anything. I don't have that great of a start here, but hopefully it evens out for me. Let's see. So he has one ally in play. Let's see what he decides to do for his turn two. See, you get to follow your opponent's turn here. So right now he's in his sacrifice phase, deciding what he wants to get rid of in his hand. And he has a foil Thought Ripper. That's pretty cool. So he doesn't have anything to play, it looks like. He's just going to go ahead and attack me again with this little ally. And so he's still in his action phase. Hmm. I wonder what he's thinking of. Nope, he didn't have anything to play. Okay, so I think I'm gonna get rid of this card for now. I want to play out allies. No, I'm gonna keep that. I'm gonna get rid of this card for now because my plan is to play out this ally, and then next turn I'll show you what I can do with that weapon. So that's what I'm gonna do right now. Okay, so you see there, I was at 3 resources. That ally cost me 3 resources. The cost with each card is set in the upper left-hand corner, so that you know how many resources you need to summon that card. Oh, that's terrible for me. So that's an ability for 3 cost. He's able to utilize an ally that he has in play and kill an ally on my side with no restrictions really. So it really doesn't matter how big or strong the ally is on my side. It's done. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this for right now. I'm hoping to hang on to this card so I can show you the interactions with it. And so I'm going to go ahead, use my ability to buff up my weapon here. You see that? So for 3 shadow energy, I was able to buff it up to 3 attack. And I'll come in here, hit this ally, and then I will end my turn. And see, hopefully my opponent doesn't have his weapon or his item destruction. This way my weapon can last at least another couple turns. What I'm really worried about is him utilizing a weapon that Serena has, which allows you to steal cards when you deal damage, when you deal pumped damage, utilizing her shadow ability. No, she has the item destruction, so my sword is garbage. And when your opponent uses that, they actually gain 1 resource as well. So it's a great card. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this. I'm going to play this item. This item allows me to retrieve a weapon from my graveyard, and it gains +1 base attack. So you see it had 1 base attack, now it comes in with 2. And I'll go ahead and just take a swing on her, deal some damage. And I'll end my turn. So like I said, I'm hoping not to see that weapon that steals my cards, because that means he could steal one of these cards from me. But if he does have a weapon in play, he can still buff it and use it. And then if he deals damage to me, I'll actually discard a card from my hand. Oh my gosh, they had another one. Amazing. Ooh, okay. You see, I'm in a tough spot here because if he has a weapon and makes me discard a card, I don't want to lose this. So I'm going to have to play this card. This card is Blood Frenzy. It's one of the best draw cards that are available in the game. And even if he happens to steal this card from me, I can at least shut it down with this ability. So I have to get this card in play because it's going to put me ahead in card advantage. And, you know, as in any game, the more cards that you have in your hand, the better off you are, right? So let's see what my opponent has for me. He has Ankle Breaker, so he's going to buff that up and attack me. And he's going to, because of the special ability this hero has, when he deals damage to me with a buffed weapon, I'm going to lose one of these cards. Oh, and I lost the Viska. That hurts. But it's okay because I have my draw engine in play, and that is the big thing for me. I really need that card to be able to pull ahead. So I'm going to end my turn, and especially since my opponent does not have a draw engine in play. So that's the other key thing. I have draw engine going, I have draw running. He does not have draw running. So let's see what he has for me on his turn 6. So he's going to be able to attack into me again. And unfortunately, I'll lose this Crippling Blow, which is one of my great control cards. For 2 cost, I get to shut down an opposing ally to 0 attack. So let's see. So, oh, Mugged. Interesting. You don't see that card very often. Disables my ally, and then he draws a card. And so he's at 3 resources now. I'm guessing he's going to go ahead and pump that up and hit me. Yeah, I might as well. There's no reason not to. So he's going to come in, hit me again. I'm down to 19 now. Whew. I got rid of that Enrage early. I might end up regretting that. Why? I just keep drawing Blood Frenzy, but okay. Let's play this ally. So this ally, when you summon him, you get to seek a weapon, which means seek a weapon with a 4 cost or less. So I'm able to pull that right from my deck and put it right into my hand. So I'm going to go ahead, use my ability to buff it up again. And then I will come in and hit the hero I'm going to take some retaliation damage, but at least I got a weapon in play. And now if he has another item destruction, this is just bad luck for me because that'd be 3 of them real early in his deck. So is this, oh, and you check it out. You see the weapon here. You got two number sources. The first number source is the attack value. The second source is the durability value. Okay, so every time a weapon or armor or any item that has a durability is used, the durability will be decreased by 1. So here you'll see his weapon will actually be destroyed because it only has a durability of 1. So you see he's going to deal damage and then it goes away. So that weapon actually deals damage, reduces your ally's attack value, and then it disables it. So it's a really powerful weapon. So I'm going to go ahead and skip my turn here. And I'm going to get to show you the workings of this weapon. So every time you attack with this weapon, it renews 2 used resources. So check this out. I'm going to play this card for 2, which draws 3 cards for each opponent. Oh, nice. I got another one. I'm going to use it again because my opponent's hand is full. So now I get to draw 3 cards, and he doesn't draw jack. Then I'm going to come in here and check it out. Check out my resources, okay? I'm not going to be able to take advantage of it this turn, but just see this. 3 resources. I'm going to come in here, hit the hero. Now it goes up to 5 because of the special ability of this weapon. And so now I'm going to go ahead and play Aldon. He gives +1 attack to all my allies. And then I'm going to come in, hit the hero. And I'm going to end my turn. So I'm happy with that. It would have been nice to play this card out to have a big body on the board. But you know what? I was able to draw 6, 8 cards that turn, including my starting draw, and my opponent was only able to draw 3. So I'll live with that. I'm happy with that. And so now my opponent is in a position where he has 3 allies on the board to deal with and nothing in play. He'll be able to play a weapon, but most weapons cost at least 5 resources. So if he plays a weapon now, it's going to pretty much take up his entire turn. And hopefully I will be able to draw into my item destruction that I have in this deck. Oh, he plays Black Garb, which allows anytime an ally, whoops, see what he does. Anytime an ally deals damage to the hero, it'll die. So luckily for me, I have this ally with 1 attack. I'll be able to attack into the hero, and the defensive value of this armor will. Oh, look at that! Smart guy. He said, you know what? I don't want him to. Oh no, it wouldn't matter anyway. He'd die on this turn. So let's take a look at this card real quick. So the defensive value is 1. So any ally that has 1 attack will deal 0 damage to the opponent. So it won't activate the ability. Anything with more than 1 attack will activate the ability of that armor, and it will be destroyed. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and play Viska. Let's put up Viska. And then I'm going to go ahead and attack with my hero, because my hero is not going to die, luckily, by dealing damage. And so you see now it's down to 1 durability. And so what I'm going to have to do here is I'm just going to have to sacrifice this guy. And I'm sacrificing him because I'm less worried about him dying, but I want to keep these 2 allies alive. So then I'm going to come in here again, hit with Aldon. Come in here with her. She has 4 attack because remember Aldon gives all of your allies +1 attack on your turn. I'm going to play another ally and I'm going to end my turn. And so it looks like even though I had kind of a slow start and he had some early item destruction to get rid of my weapons, I was able to pull ahead. And a big part of that was thanks to Blood Frenzy, because once I got that down, I was drawing 1 extra card at the start of each of my turns. Well, sorry, I didn't explain it, but at the start of each of your turns, you take 1 damage, you draw a card. So you're drawing 2 cards a turn, and all you had to do is pay 1 time a cost of 3. So to be honest, that's a crazy good spell. Oh, let's check this out. He's going to kill one of my allies with this weapon he has in play because it has buffed attack. He's going to kill that ally and steal a card from me. He stole a Crippling Blow. And so that's going to keep him, well actually that's not going to keep him alive really. He'll be able to shut down this ally. You see how that ability works. It gives an ally an attack value of 0. And that looks like it should be the end of the game there. Let's give this guy a good game, my friend. And we'll skip our turn. Let's go ahead and attack here. We're going to deal 2 damage because this guy has +1 attack when he's attacking. And then we'll come in and finish him off with a weapon. And there we go. So this deck, I have to say, by the way, was made and shared by a guy by the name of TJ Fordfff. And so Ford is a longtime veteran in this game. He's been playing for years, and he's always pretty good at putting decks together. And this one So this is a competitive deck that you would be able to get some pretty good results with. I mean, you're not going to feel like a new player playing this once you get used to it. Now, there's a ton of interactions that I was not able to showcase for you that you'll have to learn on your own. But for the most part, once you get used to this deck, you'll be wrecking quick match pretty well, at least decent enough to get to place up there on the score, I would believe. So the a brief overview of the weapons. This guy you have in here as a kind of a sneaky attack, right? Because if you buff this, you get up to 4 attack, and that can be a quick closer. Or you can utilize it to destroy an opposing attachment. So like Blood Frenzy, right? Blood Frenzy is an attachment. So if you're in a warrior versus warrior matchup and you draw that Spectral Sabre early, it's probably a good thing to use it to get rid of this if your opponent has it in play, because that'll totally shut down their draw. Or you can use it to remove this. I got rid of this early. I didn't think I was going to need it. Luckily, I did not. But when you attach this to your hero, you get plus 10 health. So you imagine removing that from someone, and that could actually win you the game. So the deck overall has 6 2-cost allies to play early. Try to get familiar with their abilities. This guy takes 1 less damage to anything that has a sword or claw attack icon here. Anything that has something else other than that, it'll take normal damage from in regards to ally combat. This guy you got to see, he gives all your friendly allies plus 1 attack only on your turn. Seductress, you didn't get to see her in action, but when you summon her, if your opponent has equal to or greater than resources than you, you're able to target and disable an opposing ally, just like you saw my knight get disabled from the opponent when he hit it with the ankle breaker. So this ally gets a lot of mileage out of this deck because you can stay on about 5 or 6 resources, and your opponent likely will go over that. And you're able to live at that low resource curve because of Jeweler's Dream constantly renewing those 2 resources, right? So you can play something for 4, hit with Jeweler's Dream, and then play something for 3 if you have 5 resources. So that's why this card is so valuable in this deck. Braxnorian Soldier, Weaponsmith, you got to see him in play. I played him and he seeked one of my Jeweler's Dreams for me. This card you didn't get to see. Basically, when you summon this card, he deals damage on summon to an opposing ally equal to the number of allies that your opponent has in play plus 1. Viska, Viska here, whenever you is dealt damage by an opposing hero's weapon, that damage is reduced down to 1. So even though you saw my opponent had buffed up her weapon to 4 attack, even if she attacked into this ally, it would only do 1 damage. Most people don't do that anymore, but still you get some new people that make that mistake. I want to make sure you don't. Crippling Blow you saw reduces attack value down to 0. Retreat sends an ally back to hand. Bad Santa you saw, you get to draw 3 cards. Both players draw 3 cards. Okay, so the one thing I want to really say about this deck is that it showcases what is so great about Shadow Era. All right, and what I'm talking about there is that it has cards from every set released so far. It has cards from Call of the Crystals, from Dark Prophecies, from Shattered Fates, from Lost Lands, and from the campaign. So that's the great thing like about Shadow Era is we don't rotate cards out. Okay, you're not constantly having to buy new cards because they removed a set forcing you to buy other new cards to be able to keep up. That's just not what we do here. Okay, what we do have are 5 cards that are currently on a banned list. That's a new thing. We're trying it out. It's because those cards, though, they they brought to Shadow Era a type of gameplay that just wasn't interactive and overall kind of ruined the fun of the game for many players. Some people weren't happy with them being gone. I think the vast majority, though, understood why they are and that it's a better thing for the game overall. So again, uh, this deck here cost, it seems like it cost me about 8,000 or 9,000 gold to finalize. And I'm telling you, as a new player starting off playing this game with this deck, you're going to have some really good results once you get used to it, and you're going to be really happy with the progress you make in the game. And you're going to learn quite a bit about interactions in the game, especially with something like Reserve Weapon, Jeweler's Dream. Okay, so I'm really glad that you guys watched this video. I'm even more glad that you're thinking about getting started with the game. And I mean, hell, for a free-to-play game to get started with, to get all those free packs and to be able to put together a competitive deck right off the bat that'll help you get score in the competitive ladder. I'm not sure how many games do that for you. And so I think that'll show you the way the head developer Gondorian feels about his players, because he told me before that he's a player more than a developer. Maybe he has maybe he has more fun playing the game than being a developer, but I wouldn't think so. I think he actually has a lot of fun being a developer too. But he is a player, a card game player, and he wants to make this game as friendly to people as he can. So, I mean, come join us. You'll get to see firsthand what I mean by that because he's very interactive with the community and he's always listening to ideas and to what people have to say. All right. So again, this was part two in the intro to Shadow Era video. We have a cool deck we were able to put together thanks to the help of Fordfff and his ideas, and also thanks to Gondorian and his ideas to give a nice starting gifts to the new players who come and join Shadow Era at this time. So again, guys, thanks for watching. This was part two of the intro to Shadow Era, and stick around for the third video I should be doing in regards to the campaign map. All right. So again, man, I thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoy your time with us here in Shadow Era, and I will see you next time.